we need to talk about the amazing things that are happening in Florida as a result of his leadership. So talk about, first of all, what no one else is talking about right now, which is the rate of COVID in Florida.
Right. So as you guys know, a couple of months ago, starting in about August, Florida had a COVID surge, like the whole South did actually. And at that point, when we had a high number of COVID cases, I would get probably a dozen or more media inquiries a day, not from Florida media, but from national media like CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, the usual suspects. And they would ask me, demand to know if Governor DeSantis was going to impose mask mandates or vaccine mandates or whatever their policy preference is. Of course, the answer is no, because this is a virus that we know those types of government policies don't control. The best thing that we can do, and what Governor DeSantis did, was to make early treatment freely available throughout the state. So more than 150,000 Floridians were able to get treatment for COVID at our state-supported monoclonal antibody therapy sites. And that actually cut down the number of hospitalizations and the need for people to be hospitalized by a dramatic amount. Now we're at the lowest out of the entire pandemic. We have the lowest number of COVID hospitalizations ever in Florida.
Oh my gosh.
And this is this is definitely thanks to the governor and his promotion of this treatment, which unfortunately most of the country didn't know about it. Certainly the Biden administration had not really promoted it. President Trump, when he had COVID last year, he actually got this treatment when it was still experimental. Since then, it became approved. It's no longer considered to be experimental. And so that's why we decided, Floridians need to have access to it. And we made that happen. But now, I mean, all that to say, like, we had the surge, overcame it without lockdowns, without mandates, without medical tyranny, and like forcing people into doing anything that they don't want to do. So that's great news. Obviously, it could be a great example for the rest of the country going into the winter when we know there's a possibility that COVID might increase again, especially in northern states. You would think that like other governors and maybe even the Biden administration would be interested to learn from what happened in Florida, because now, as you mentioned, we have the lowest COVID rate in the United States. We have only 7 new cases per 100,000 people. And that's such a small number. That's less than half of what it is in California. And California has all kinds of mandates. It's like 5 times higher in Michigan. And we know about Michigan's governor and how restrictive she has been on her citizens, and how she goes on vacation in Florida, by the way. But aren't they all doing stuff like that?